A former city employee charged a year ago with murdering the son of a state representative could soon be released from jail. A mix-up has delayed key evidence in the case, and now his attorney is fighting for his release. News 13's Lizzie Mitri was in court today.
Dean, in 2 days, it will be exactly a year that 32-year-old Jesse Chavez has been behind bars. In that time, the court has been waiting on a request for DNA testing, a request we're now learning has been sitting unchecked on the desk of a woman who no longer even works at the DNA lab. In cuffs and bright orange, Jesse Chavez appeared in court today hoping for his release. Deputies arrested him on October 18, 2012 for the murder of 45-year-old Ralph Chavez. The two men aren't related, but Ralph was the son of State Representative Ernest Chavez. Jesse's attorney says the state has no evidence linking him to the crime, while the state waits for DNA testing.
We have a huge number of objects that could potentially yield DNA. And what the state has done is requested those objects be tested.
They made that request in June. Now 4 months later, testing at the APD crime lab hasn't even started. A state filing with the court says the lab analyst assigned to it doesn't work at the lab anymore, and the job wasn't reassigned to anyone else. A judge today called the state negligent.
I understand that personnel changes, but at the same time, I have to consider that Mr. Chavez has been in custody, accused of this, with absolutely no evidence holding him in custody.
Prosecutor Kevin Holmes said he's looking at taking the evidence to a state lab after estimating testing could take another 5 months at the APD crime lab.
We're absolutely no closer to a resolution than we were in June or May or April when I was filing these motions.
But considering the serious charges, the judge wasn't ready to make a decision on Jesse's release in the 10 minutes allotted for today's hearing.
It's not a decision to be made lightly or within 10 minutes. Let's have a separate hearing on November 6th and we can discuss all those factors.
A source at the crime lab says they're working to resolve the issue on their end, and the DNA testing will be taken care of as soon as possible. Dean, back to you.
Lizzie, thank you. To complicate things further, Jesse was transferred to a jail in Polk County, Texas, about a month ago because of overcrowding at MDC. Since today's hearing, he's been moved back to MDC to avoid more delays in this case.